Welcome to The Deciding Point, our Cracked Racquets weekly roundup of the biggest storylines happening from throughout the tennis world. On this week's show, we had so much action unfold over the past 2 weeks in Paris, we decided to make a second episode this week. So on this edition, we're going to be talking about the women's singles draw at the 2021 French Open. Again, I'm going to name a combination of 5 winners and losers from the event. Of course, we're going to touch on Krejcikova, we're going to talk Pavlyuchenkova, the pathway for Serena Williams to title number 24, and so much more. With that in mind, Westoff, roll the credits. Let's start today's show. We have to pour one out for 2021 French Open singles finalist Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. Let's be honest, Pavs has earned this slam run after 12 to 14 years of just relentless consistency in her WTA Tour results. Now, she's someone who's never cracked the top 10. She's been ranked as high as number 13 in 2011. She's a former world junior number 1, 2-time junior slam champion as well. But she's someone who's been in the top 50 since the 2008 season. She's someone who had made, I believe 6 quarterfinals, maybe 7 prior to this 2021 French Open, and who earned her spot again. It wasn't like the draw open and it was, I beat Trevisan, I beat Podoroska, I beat, Teichmann to get to the final. No, she beat Sabalenka, Azarenka, Rybakina, and in-form Zidansek, and then nearly knocked off Krejcikova in the final. And, again, she injured herself, rolled her ankle a couple of times in her matches. She continued to bounce back. She showed off that relentless, game that translates across surfaces. She's won 58% of her matches in her career. It's 58% on hard courts, 58% on clay courts as well. The numbers hold relatively similar, and I do think that forehand can be attacked with overwhelming pace, but it has to be overwhelming pace, because if you leave a ball short, she is going to jump on it. Her ability to absorb and redirect on that backhand wing is immensely impressive. Her ability to make mid-match adjustments, whether it's start taking the ball a little bit earlier, whether it's to start hitting swinging volleys, whether it's to take the return a little bit earlier and just, focus on depth rather than precision of where you're hitting the ball. She can just do a little bit of everything, and now she's back inside the top 20 at number 19, and 18 and 14 overall in her last 52. Let's be honest, this run was a little bit unexpected. Now, she did make the semifinals of Madrid, and that was noticeable, but prior to that, she hadn't made a quarterfinal dating back to, I believe, the 2020 Australian Open. And, again, she is someone who's played really well at the slams of late. You look in particular this year, she lost to Osaka first round of Australian Open. That's fine. Everyone was losing to Naomi Osaka, but you look for her over the past few seasons. 2020 makes the quarterfinal, loses to Muguruza. 2019 makes the quarterfinal, loses to Collins. She's had runs like this of late. The draw did break open for her in Rybakina, in Zidansek, in those quarterfinals and semifinal rounds, and guess what? She took advantage of it. She ultimately ends up in her first Grand Slam final, and look, do I think she's going to win a Grand Slam in her career? I don't. I think there are too many players with higher ceilings in a singular match than Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, but we talk about her floor and the floor of these players and what you do when things aren't going against you, when the tide has turned, and when, again, you're not playing your best tennis. She's a player who can find a lot of different adjustments, and she's a player who just stays so steady throughout the course of a match, which is not something you said very early in her career, but it's something you absolutely say now. She's just so relentless, and so great to see her make this run to the final. So great to see her back in the top 20. And again, 29 years old now. She's not going to have to worry about what events she's playing, what she's going to get into, where she can get into whatever she wants. She can play whatever she wants the rest of the year. She's earned that right. First Grand Slam final for her came oh so close. Was such a great adjustment for her second set, and she kept fighting in that third, down 15-40, 3-5 in the third set, holds in that game, and you felt, oh, is she going to get that break? And Krejcikova just was so steady, closed the door herself. But Pavlyuchenkova earned her spot in that final, earned her spot in her first Grand Slam final, and is a fantastic storyline from this 2021 Roland Garros.